What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quisballinn, man, and I'm back with another video. And are they hating on Caitlin Clark? Well, look, man, the short answer and the very simple answer is this. Hell yeah, they hating on Caitlin. Bad. But before we get into why and all that, we have to go back a little bit. We have to go back to how Caitlin Clark finished her collegiate career, and she was balling. And the reason why I can confidently say this, I never watched the WNBA in my life until I kept seeing her highlights all over social media. I had coworkers, I had friends, I had bums on the street coming up to me saying, "Yo, you seen Caitlin Clark hoop?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I don't watch that bullshit." But then I wanted to see what the hype was about. I got very curious because I'm like, she got to be good, man. If all these people that I trust is telling me that I need to tune in. So I see a couple of her games, and man, I am sold instantly, and I very quickly understand and see the reason why. That she has built a huge fan base, and she has brought many new watchers to the sport of women's basketball, and they have followed her from college to the league. So I'm going to bars, I'm having drinks, having margaritas on the rocks, watching her games at the bar, and it is lit. I mean, you could just hear the crowd yelling as she hits them deep threes, showing off the handles. And the instant comparison when I first saw her was she's basically a woman version of Steph Curry. She plays just like the woman version of Steph Curry, coming off those picks, shooting those deep threes, got the handle, playing the point. That's exciting basketball, and that's what basketball has shifted into, even for the men's game. We see how much it has evolved into a three-point shooting league. And so when that bleeds into the women's game, of course people are going to gravitate towards her game. But the hate started well before she even got into the league because Diana Taurasi, she was asked about Caitlin Clark, and she made some comments basically downplaying Caitlin Clark, saying that it's easy to dominate a bunch of 18-year-olds in college, but when you come to the league, you're going to be facing grown women.
Reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Not saying that it's not going to translate, because when you're great at what you do, you're just going to get better. But there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie, and it might take a little bit longer for some people.
So listening to that clip, in hindsight, I can say that she made some factual points. But at the time of her saying that, I thought she was hating. But I got to be fair, and I got to call it down the middle. I'm always going to keep it real with y'all. She was right. There will be an adjustment period, as it has shown in Caitlin Clark's game. She has struggled in the league. And that's not to say that she's not going to be a great player. But look, first season, rookie year, she's averaging 15 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 35% from the field. That's not good. 29% from the three. And she's supposed to be this sharpshooter. 5 turnovers a game. That's leading every player in the WNBA. Number 1 in turnovers. You got to take care of the ball, and she has to adjust. She has to start shooting the ball much better. What else you want me to say? So no, Diana, she wasn't necessarily hating. I think she was just making a real statement, and her tone is what made it come off as hating. But something that's interesting going on in Caitlin Clark's rookie season, that a tweet by Frank Isola has helped me to realize this. Caitlin Clark has played 20 games in 11 days. That is insane to me. That don't even sound right. Is she playing every other day? I mean, what professional league would schedule this in this manner? And I agree with Frank, whoever scheduled this should be fired. Look at this. The Las Vegas Aces has played only 6 games in that time. So Caitlin Clark's team has played 20 games in 11 days, and the Las Vegas Aces, the defending champions, has played only 6. So Caitlin has played 5 more games than them. That's insane. Of course she's going to be fatigued. She's going to be tired. And that's not to mention she's getting beat down, beat up, bullied every night on that court because she's being targeted. And there's a lot of jealousy going around. And look, I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat this. Listen, when the Indiana Fever took on the Chicago Sky, everybody wanted to see Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, the rookie showdown. These are 2 of the most hyped players in the WNBA in a long time. I mean, these are the only 2 players that even has me watching the sport. And if you ask me, man, Angel Reese been hating on Caitlin. Ever since she popped her in that national championship, she has felt that she hasn't gotten the praise and the adulation that she deserves for her game. And so these 2 finally square off, right? Everybody's hyped to see what's going to happen in this game. And let me pull up the stats here and see what the 2 rookies were able to do. We see that Caitlin Clark, she played 37 minutes. She had 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, 4 for 11 from the field, 2 of 9 from the 3 with 5 turnovers. Then we go to Angel Reese. She played 29 minutes. She had 8 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from the line. First off, Angel Reese, 2 of 9 from the field as a big. Come on, man. And see, this is what I'm not understanding about Angel Reese. Yes, we know you have talent. Yes, we know you can snag rebounds. You had 13 boards. Angel, sweet little Angel, 2 of 9 from the field as a big is not going to cut it. Come on now, most of your shots should be layups. You don't really shoot jumpers. So if you ask me, if you want the praise that Caitlin gets, your game has to match her game. Either has to be as exciting, which is not. You're a low post player. You're not dunking on shit. You're not doing Euro steps. So you're not as exciting, or you have to be better than her. And even though Caitlin is off to a horrendous start by the standards that she has been hyped up as, most people are not going to say that you're better than Caitlin Clark. But anyway, during the game, Caitlin, as I just read you the stat line, she did have a rough outing, and it was just more than the stats. You know, she was actually bullied on the court. Of course, a lot of trash talk, and I've been seeing that in other games as well with Caitlin. But in this particular game, Chennedy Carter, the play that's been seen around the world, the clip that's going viral, she hits the jumper, the Fever go to inbound the basketball. Caitlin's waiting on the inbounds pass, and Chennedy runs up and just hip checks her, bumps her right down to the ground. For no reason, actually. I mean, it was completely unnecessary. I think most people who saw the play will agree with it. It's really not a basketball play. You really don't need to bump anyone like that. And you could tell there was something behind that push. You don't just do that out of nowhere. So this clip went viral. And this, in fact, led to a conversation of which many people asked, is Caitlin Clark being unfairly targeted by other players in this league? And when you see a play like that, you can't help but to think there was some jealousy behind that push. But nonetheless, Caitlin's team gets a win, and they beat the Chicago Sky 71-70. And there was nothing but more drama after the postgame. Chennedy said in the postgame that she would not answer any question about Caitlin Clark. But then she was caught on social media blasting Caitlin Clark. And she posed the question, what does she even do besides three-point shooting? I mean, come on. How is that not hate? Me just watching Caitlin's game for a short time, I know that she's more than a three-point shooter. Yes, that's probably her best trait, but you can't tell me she don't do other things on the court. You can't tell me she don't have a decent handle. You can't tell me that she don't run pick and roll and play make for other women, getting assists or what have you. She can get in the lane too off of a drive. She does more than three-point shooting. All her points don't come off threes. And what you got to understand is it's exciting. And even if that was her only skill, how can you hate on that? Do you understand that there's guys in the NBA, they only have 1 or 2 skills? They made a whole thing called 3-and-D players. You know what that means? You shoot three-pointers and you play defense, and that's all we want out of you. You're not asked to handle the ball. You ain't running no pick and rolls. You sitting your ass in the corner or on the wing and be ready to shoot, and you better be able to play defense on the other end. So that's limited skills. So for you to act like she can only bring one thing to the table and she doesn't deserve the hype, which is basically what you were alluding to, you were trying to say she only does one thing, so why are y'all hyping her up? And that was a bold-faced lie. She brings a lot more to the game. In fact, she probably put more money in your pockets due to her ability to play the game. So you should be a little bit thankful, because I never heard of you until you had this little scuffle with Caitlin Clark. And so I think she's just salty about Caitlin's popularity, and then she was salty because they took the L to her, you know, and it looks real bad when you take the L and then you still dissing her. It's like, get this girl out of your head, man. And so I'm scrolling my timeline, doing my thing, and I see that Angel Reese days later says something else about Caitlin.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that, because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
So Angel Reese is basically saying that she wants the same amount of credit as Caitlin Clark for pushing the game forward and bringing more attention to the sport, bringing celebrities to the games. She wants the same love. So when we look at this question that I posed and we look at the title of this video, are they hating on Caitlin Clark? The answer would be yes. Hell yeah. Like I told y'all in the beginning, and here's why. Look at what Angel Reese said. Me too. I'm also one that helped bring more eyes to the sport. I want credit the same amount as Caitlin Clark. So basically, what's that saying? That's saying, what about me? So you're hating on someone else receiving praise, or you believe they're getting too much, which is hating. Jealousy equals hating. Saying somebody shouldn't be where they at, saying somebody only has one skill and they are unworthy of what they have, that's hating. I'm sorry. That's not to say that Angel Reese didn't make valid points. That's not to say Diana Taurasi, before Caitlin came in the league, didn't make valid points about the adjustment period. But the point of it is, she's receiving a lot of hate due to the hype around her and her abilities on the court. The hype train that was Caitlin Clark, that started in college and it blew up all the way into the WNBA. These young ladies got annoyed with it. And if you don't believe me, log into your Twitter right now. Type in Caitlin Clark. It's so many people dissing her. It's so many people going after her. And, you know, something I really hate too, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but we really have to stop bringing race into every single thing, man. It's beyond annoying. It's like we can't even have a conversation without bringing race into something. She's not being shown love strictly because she's white. Anybody who's hitting damn logo threes is going to get attention. We have to stop this. The truth is, her talent is a different level of excitement, especially to the young fans of basketball. I'm a little bit older. I didn't really grow up in the three-point shooting age, but I can see now when I go out there to hoop, that's what these young kids do. They shoot threes. They're excited about three-point shooting. So when you have a girl like Caitlin Clark bombing from the logo, hitting people with crossovers, behind the back dribbles, and pulling up off the dribble, there's men that can't do that in the NBA. So of course that's going to bring a certain level of excitement. And how can you hate because somebody has an exciting game to watch? That is despicable. That is sad. If you're that mad about it, how about you train and adjust your abilities to be able to do what she can do then? You get out there and shoot them logo threes. Oh, wait, you can't do it because it's not in your skill set. So you know what that means? She actually is talented, and y'all are hating by diminishing what she's able to do on the court. I mean, what else more do I need to say? Yes, they hating on Caitlin Clark, clearly. I mean, the whole race thing, man, I don't even want to get fully into that, man, because it's just annoying. I mean, she is bringing so much attention to this game. You got Pat McAfee losing his damn mind on his show. Listen to what he had to say, man.
Like the media people that continue to say, this rookie class, this rookie class, this rookie class. Nah, just call it for what it is. There's one white bitch for the Indiana team who is a superstar.
So I know it's going to be some outrage for what he had to say, calling her a white bee, but he was giving her praise. He rocks with her, bro. She has a lot of people who messing with her. And so this leads me into my last point before I get up out of here. What does she need to do in order to get through this and bounce back? She just got to keep playing. She has to show a level of mental toughness. All the people that's pushing her down, chirping at her in the games, bumping into her, shoving her, all the people online, the critics that's saying that she's not worthy of her Nike deal. She's not worthy of the praise she's getting in her rookie season. She has to keep playing and show that basically she's her. She has to silence the critics. Nobody else can do that for her. And to me, when you got game, it's eventually going to show. And I believe she will do that. No, she's not having a great season at all. Yes, I would love to see her improve. But at the same time, can we still give her credit for being the damn reason that we even watching in the first place? Are y'all just watching because of Angel Reese? Be honest. No, I don't think nobody would say that. So she's all over ESPN. She's all over social media. You're tuning in because Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, hold your head up. Just keep hooping. You on the horrible team. So, the wins ain't going to be there. Look at Victor Wembanyama in his first season. Get her 3-point percentage shooting up. Cut down on the turnovers a little bit, and she'll be all right. She's averaging 15, not bad. But, even if she don't improve much by the end of this season, I believe next season is going to be way better because by then she will have adjusted how players are going to guard her, how players are going to attack her, and she's going to thrive because I believe she has the talent to do so. With that being said, man, Caitlin, keep hooping, and we're going to keep watching. But I want to know what y'all think. Is they hating on Caitlin Clark? Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe. I appreciate everybody that's checking out the videos, man. And, hey, I'm out of here. Peace.